bro. You just got to keep pivoting. That's what this whole year taught us, bro. Pivot.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get, man. I just want to tell everybody, well, first and foremost, welcome to episode 6 of Dope Men So. I'm your host, obviously, Norris Danta Ford. Today's guest, actually, what people don't know, I've been wanting to do interviews to highlight other makers in this DIY men's fashion space, and I had hit you up when we were still in LA, and I wanted you to be my first guest. And the pandemic happened, we moved, all this stuff happened, and it's just so dope right now to finally get you on, man. So welcome. I just want everybody to say what's up to Prep Curry. We're gonna get into it, man. Yup.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. How everybody doing? Let me see. My LT, what up, man? One of my clients, one of my fitness clients. One of our
Okay.
One of the new.
What I want to, well, first of all, man, I just want people to, I want people that don't know you kind of get introduced to you. Nothing song related, you know what I'm saying? Like what's your background, bro? Like where you come from, what you do for a living, all that good stuff, man. So just kind of like tell some of the viewers, man, a little bit of that right now.
All right, well, born and raised Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
M-Town. Like you said, I'm a clothing designer, but I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an artist. I'm a dancer. I'm pretty much anything dealing with art. I love art, all forms of it. Martial arts, gymnastics, pretty much literally anything you can think of.
Martial arts?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so you can follow someone up real quick.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I got the hands. Got you. But you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to promote that. So for me, I try my best to stay away from it. But I do have a temper. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. Yeah.
Because you know, people try to test you when you in clothing. You know what I'm saying? You would do.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, hey, my dude. Like, understand, I'm still a man.
Right.
You feel what I mean?
Got you.
But yeah, I'm just a chill guy from Memphis. I've been out here now for where you grow up. I grew up from Memphis. I've been out here now. It'll be 5 years in January. So
okay.
I've been out here just transitioning, just trying to figure out, you know, the difference, because the difference is major. The South out here,
right?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. Before we keep going, man, I just want to ask all the viewers, try to hold your questions until the end. I'll let y'all know when you can just let it fly, because I want a good question to get past. So you came from Memphis to LA. So yeah. How was that for you? Was it like a culture shock to you, or?
Big time. All right, let me just say it real quick. I came really just on like a last minute situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really running from like a lot of issues in Memphis, because Memphis is rough, and you know, like I said, I got a temper. So
right.
I was trying to get away from some things. So I called my cousin and asked her, like, yo, let me come out to LA for a little second. So really, this supposed to have been 2 months. I suppose I only came out here for 2 months. But on the way out here, I said, man, listen, let me just stay out here. So we talked about it, and she actually said I could. When she said I could, I packed up 2 bags and I left, bro. I paid off as much as I could pay. I had $66.35 to my name. I get to the airport. You know, you got to take 2 luggage of bag. I mean, I had my 2 bags, so that's $30 each bag.
Oh, hold on. Let me do the math. That's dropping down like $6.
That's 60. That dropped me down to $6.35.
Damn.
And I landed in California with $6.35 to my name. And I was just like, I'm here. I ain't going home. I can't go home anyway. Like, I came out here to make something of myself. And I did anything I could do, man.
Right.
It forced me to be homeless. It did a whole lot of stuff. Slept in the car. Slept anywhere I could.
Okay.
And, you know what I'm saying? I just fought through, and I just pretty much did whatever I could do, to be honest.
Right.
The transition it was real.
Wow.
Was very real.
Let me back up a bit. So when you coming from what did you do back in Memphis? Like what was you what would you do for a living in Memphis? Like what was you doing?
Well, I mean, I've been self-employed for 7 years now.
Okay.
I quit my job back in 2000 and well, it's going on 8. Man, I quit my job and I just was like, yeah, I know my parents probably watching. Y'all mad to hear me say it. I actually quit. I walked up off that joint.
Right.
Literally quit. I like took my badge and just threw that mug on the lady table. Was like, I can't do this no more. Like, they was disrespectful, belittling me. So my background is in computer science. So
Okay.
I was doing IT. But when I got laid off from that job, I just started doing temporary jobs.
Okay.
It wasn't for me, man. I always knew like I wanted to like do my own thing. So
That's entrepreneurial spirit. You always had that.
I always had it. Even in high school, man, my first like thing I used to do was detail shoes. I called it detail shoes. This is like in 2000 and actually 2000 all the way to 2004. I had a little business called Detail Kicks, man. I just like put anything anybody wanted in their shoes, I painted it. Like I did whatever. And it's always been something like I always wanted to just be a creator. Like I love to create something that nobody's doing. So when you know what I'm saying, I got into the fashion thing, it was just really like big for me to just do something just different.
Right.
A lot of people love fashion, but a lot of people don't like just to be different. I've always been very different. And that's one thing that I love. Just being different.
That's what's up, man. So you had said something. You said you was homeless. You stayed in your car. Like how did that situation like fold out when you got to LA and you found yourself in that place?
Well, you know, I don't want to down my cousin because I love her, but we came into just some difficult
some differences.
We just didn't agree. We didn't agree to say it on the lease. She didn't agree with a lot of things that I was doing, and she wanted me to do things that she wanted me to do. And it's like, this is my path, and you can't actually tell me how to become a designer in LA.
Right.
And you can't tell me if I need to do it this way. But what you're doing or what you want me to do is not going to actually put food in my stomach. It's not going to put money in my hand. I need to do what I do to better myself. Right. So when you're doing what you need to do to better yourself, you can't be led by someone else that don't know what they're doing.
That's a fact.
So for me, I'm like, yeah, just because you're my older cousin, I don't have to listen to what you're saying. Okay. And that just caused a lot of friction to the point where I had to bounce.
Right.
I had nowhere to go. So they caused me to actually move 30 times in 4 years.
Wow.
I moved 30 times in 4 years, man. And
I would have lost count. I was like 4 or 5 times. Jeez. Dang.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, to this day, I still a lot of times try to grasp like how much I have endured out here, but it has made me like appreciate everything like so much more, bro.
Yeah. I mean, LA is tough, man. I mean, you go from, you know, like
LA is a different kind of beast, man.
Yeah. So now I'm really curious now. So like how did you get into sewing, bro? Like designing, I can see like you have a concept, but how did you actually get like a machine and fabric, and like how did that even start? Like when did that start?
All right, so basically that started in 2000. Well, it was 10 years ago. So you know this is the 10th year. So 10 years ago, man, it was me and my mom sitting down before my birthday. And she was just like, what you want for your birthday? I was turning 25.
Okay.
I'm like, man, I actually really want to get a sewing machine. She was like, man, you is not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? In the South, that's frowned upon at the time. I'm like, dude, you is a real dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
You ain't going to do that. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to be the dude that's going to change and help the stereotype, you know, for more heterosexual men that are real confident. Right. To say, man, I can sew. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that was my whole purpose for it, dog. So she made me a bet. My mom made me a bet, and she doesn't still to this day. She don't believe I took it as far as I've taken it, because it started out with just her saying, "All right, I'm gonna pay for you to go to what was it, Hancock Fabric." She paid for 3 classes. This lady sat me down and tried to teach me how to sew, bro. And I was so like eager. I'm like, yeah, teach me. And she was like really happy. The lady, Miss Tamanza, I never forget her name. Miss Tamanza McKinley, bless her. Man, she sat me down and she was just like, "You're so eager and you got so much passion. I want to teach you."
Just soaking it all up.
Her number. She gave me a number, and every time for me, I just started watching YouTube.
Yeah.
I started reading books. I started taking things apart. Started taking pictures of it, like from piece by piece. Every part I took apart, I'm taking a picture of it, and then I started putting it back together, taking a picture of it, and putting it on construction. I did it right. And then I just started using those as patterns. So I just taught myself.
Yeah.
I taught myself just really just how to mimic what was already made.
Yeah.
Off of some new fabric. And then I realized that you got to do seam allowances. Like I've just taught myself literally everything. And honestly, by watching y'all, man, I used to watch you. I used to watch me. I used to watch so many people. And I taught myself. That's why I tell people, bro, you don't have to go to school. You can teach yourself, man. This right here is the only tool that can download literally anything that you need.
Right. That's a fact.
So, you know, I just really just use my inner power. And it's nothing that nobody else can't do, bro. Like everybody can do it. You can sit down and teach yourself.
Right.
It's hard to teach yourself because there's a whole lot of trial and error.
Trial and error, yeah, absolutely.
I went through a lot of fabric, dog.
Man, that's cool. So you just wanted a sewing machine? Like you didn't see nobody with? Like you just, you know what? Let me just. Did you have like an end goal to be a designer at the time?
It was a few people in the city of Memphis at the time, only like 3 or 4 that was like in the fashion at the time, and I always thought that was cool. I was like, man, I really want to actually have my own brand.
Gotcha.
Because for me, I always wore polo. That's it. That's where the name Prep comes from and all that. I just wore polo everything. Polo, 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 polo. And I got tired of everybody even wearing my same color horse. You feel what I'm saying? So it was to the point, like, I want everything different.
Yeah.
So when it got to the point of me sewing, learning how to sew, I started out with neckties and bow ties. That's all I was making for 3 whole years, neckties and bow ties. So shout out to all the fellas out there making accessories. Dog, we need y'all. We need y'all because that's the pinnacle part of starting to sew as a man.
Okay.
If you want me to be honest, I feel like every man should start in that field just because you really get the gist of really sewing a straight line for sure.
Right. Especially with a pocket square. Ain't that easier than that?
Huh?
Ain't that easier than a pocket square or a bow tie or a necktie, like an accessory? Like that's super, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's super, super easy, but it's like one of those basic things you can start off with.
Yeah, but when you just starting, it's hard.
Right.
When you just starting, it's hard as a mug, man. It took me forever to sit there and learn how to do a necktie.
Gotcha.
Man, it took forever. So, but yeah, it's something easy looking back on it now. You're like, man, that's something that take me about 15 minutes to do now, where it took me like 5 hours back in the day. You know?
Man. Yeah, bro, that's what's up, man. So when you when did you start thinking about being a designer? Like after you started sewing?
Yeah, I never actually thought about being a designer. It was more so like I just really wanted to start a brand. More so than anything. Because being a designer, people get it misconstrued. They get designer misconstrued with the stylist. They get an actual person, a seam store misconstrued. And you know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that go into that. And for me, I really wanted to learn everything. The first thing I wanted to learn was how to sew first, because in order for me to be a good designer, when the clothes come off of the manufacturing table, I need to know how good they supposed to look.
Got you.
See the seams. I need to see the stitching. I need to see the quality of the fabric. I need to know how it's supposed to be, right? And the only way I'm gonna know that is if I actually teach myself how to sew. There's a lot of designers, and like I'm not shooting at anybody because I want everybody to do it however you want to do it, the comfortable way you can do it. But for me, I always said, man, you gotta learn the bottom first, you know, the surface. And I wanted to learn the surface area, and the surface is coming right here. You feel what I'm saying? Like you yourself, you getting on the table yourself, and you actually learning. So when you do get those this big manufacturing company. You can pay your staff and your employee the correct way because you know the time and all the effort and you know how it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's just like, man, I just really wanted to know everything about it. So when it finally gets to the level where I know it's gonna be, it's gonna actually go how I want it.
Got
You
you.
know?
That's important, man. That's very important. So in your design process, do you think learning how to sew? Well, I guess you just answered it, but learning how to sew, it kind of helps you understand like different ways of doing a design, because if you know the construction of it, oh, that's gonna be hard to do that because you might need a dart here, or if the pocket is too close to this, it's gonna might end up too much into your seam allowance. So
Right.
that helped you be a better designer in a way. It seemed like.
Yeah, and for me too, like I grew up taking everything apart, right? Like toys, I would take it apart. So construction and everything, I always wanted to see how things were put together.
Got you.
So I always wanted to know how to put things together too. So for me, a lot of things that I do make, it's kind of like in a mathematical type of equation. So yeah, for me, I know I needed to learn how to sew as well because I can't actually tell someone that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can actually sketch it out, but a lot of people that sketch it out and then they go to the designer doesn't know what they mean or what they trying to actually get out of this actual sketch because it doesn't make sense.
Especially if you sketch like me. Because you'd be like, what that supposed to be?
I mean, I just
oh, that's a sleeve?
And hey, everybody gotta start somewhere, dog.
Right.
Start somewhere. I'm pretty sure even when you sketching it, you still can actually give the speech of how you want it. You feel what I'm saying? You can break
I can break it down to you, but sketching it, man, that ain't my suit, that boy.
Hey, you gotta have one or the other. You gotta be able to let somebody know exactly what you want, or you need to be able to sketch it. And if you can't do either or, you jacked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly. Yeah.
The fact that you got one of the two, it helps.
Right. So I want to ask. So you've said some of the pros and some of the cons to actual learn how to sew, but I want to ask you from like the sewing community, like from like going to go find patterns, getting fabric, you know what I'm saying, getting tools and all that. Like, what's the pros and cons of being a DIY menswear, you know what I'm saying, maker?
I would say the biggest pro is there aren't enough of us, so that's the biggest pro.
Gotcha.
That being said, huh?
No, keep going. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the biggest pro if you ask me, because you're doing something that's gonna really just wow the nation. It's so many women that make clothes for men or women, not
right. I get it. Yeah. So
men that actually do sew, you have an upper echelon of respect. I feel like over a person or anybody that just does well designs. Like you can just do great designs, but the people that actually sew, just like how you said, that is dope.
Right.
It's dope. You're taking it to the next level, and that's why I always wanted it. I always wanted to take it to the next level. Even if it took me forever to get there, I wanted to do it that way.
So tell me a con. So what are the cons of being in the industry and navigating, finding the stuff that you need to to be a successful maker?
I mean, that's the biggest con. You doing it yourself. You taking away from the time that you could be really designing because you're trying to sit out here and outsource and get materials. It's a lot of time that goes into that people really just don't know. They don't understand that it might take you 4 or 5 days to find the right fabric, or even longer, for you to start on that one particular project. And you got how many projects?
Exactly.
So that's the biggest con, man, that goes down into it. As well as being a one-man shop. That's the huge con. That's the huge con that you'll have, as in just being into your own business as an entrepreneur in the dope men that's sewing.
Right.
About the biggest con, I would say.
I've been following. I don't know how we crossed paths, but somehow one day I was following you, and I guess you was following me one day, and I just over time I just seen growth, and I just seen you work with different people. like I mean, if you can, tell some of the people, some of the clients, you know, some of your celebrity clients that you've been working with, and like some of the work you've done with for them. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna be 100. I really don't name drop just because
Right.
that stuff right there, dog. Those are people. You
Gotcha.
feel what I mean? Those are people, and at the end of the day, a dollar is a dollar. Don't matter
Gotcha.
where you come from. A lot
Okay.
of people actually get so big on that, and it's just like, I did it for X, Y, Z. But most of those people, most of them want it for free.
Okay.
So I say
Yeah, you're right.
working with most of those people ain't always what it's cracked up to be, man. I say that. Now I love a lot of them. I love them to. There are some dear friends. I have some celebrity friends that are like close to my heart. They're really close. And that's how I like to keep it. I like to keep it just like that because that's how I am, man. I don't really like all that attention. You know what I mean?
I respect that, bro. Yeah, for sure.
So it has helped me. I'll say working with them has helped me more so to learn how to navigate. So when I finally get to that level, don't do some of these things that I see from some of them.
Yeah. Has that helped you navigate, like, I guess, business wise? Because,
Yes.
like you said, for like some of them just want it for free, but then you a new designer, you might go ahead and do it just to get some exposure. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
have.
saying?
I've done that several times just to get exposure, and it sucks
Right.
because your exposure not always actually puts food in your stomach. You know,
Right.
your exposure not always help you have somewhere to lay your head. So it helps out on the clout, but that's what really a lot of people really want. For me, I took away from being on social media for a little while just because of that. I wanted
Gotcha.
people to see like he doesn't care about being in that light. You feel what I mean? I
Gotcha.
could get on my story. I will post on my story every day, but actually on my page for what? I'm not actually trying to just pull fame. I'm not trying to pull celebrity, whatever clout. I'm not trying to pull none of that. The true essence is about actually having a ministry behind what you're trying to give to people.
Gotcha.
And that's how I want my clothes to actually portray to the world. And it's more so about me just being me, chill, and learning. So yeah, throughout the time of us actually following each other, man, I definitely have grown and
Right.
blossomed a little bit more. My phone's trying to die. I've definitely grown and blossomed, and it's been beautiful. But
Yeah.
it's been hard through that. You know, in order for you to grow, you got to separate, and you got to grow. You got to grow through so much, and I grew through so much, so I had to go through so much.
Yeah. You got a quote on your profile, man. It says beyond the stitch.
Yes.
And that right there, you summed it all up just by, you know what I'm saying, what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about just the clothes for me, man. You know, it's a true ministry that I feel that I have, and a lot of people feel like a ministry is just talking about God and about religion. It's
Right.
not that. It's not that. Even though I love God, but I feel like a ministry is what you actually give people, right? It's the essence, it's the aura that you give to a person. And I love for people to be like that. Like, man, that's prep, man. That's a cool dude. I love hearing people be like that, and it's not like I want people to fake it either. I want you to really feel that I really do love you. You know, and it's
Gotcha.
nothing fake because I've been through so much and I know how it is. So for me to go and see a lot of them, yeah, it has helped me. So it's gonna help me be so much better when I finally do make it. So I don't treat people wrong. I'm willing to pay people for their services. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be willing to do literally any and everything because I don't want people to go through what I went through.
Right.
So yeah, that has helped me a lot to work with those people, man. I mean, because like I said, all of them would not pay you.
Right. So, this one question I want to ask because of like when I see your designs and when other people see your designs, it's very distinct. You know, you mash a lot of different, you know, what I'm saying, prints and colors and all of that. Is there like a reason behind that? Like where do you get sort of that such an eclectic inspiration from?
I used to always draw like I guess you would say abstract things.
Okay.
And for that, I always wanted to give that image to people with my clothing. I wanted people to understand like my background of me and why I use floral. So the reason I use floral so much, and it's gonna tie into how I cut you know, do inserts the way I do with my clothing.
Okay.
Floral for me is the only thing, I mean, a flower, actually. A flower is the only thing in the world that you can actually have and move from one place to the next, right? And actually, when it comes to this next place, this next soil, this next earthly spot, it can grow with the right love, the right sun, the right nutrition. It can grow so much stronger. So I use flowers to show where I came from.
Mm.
That young kid that was an ugly flower dying that had to be uprooted, moved to a different place.
Wow.
So when I say it's beyond the stitch, it's beyond just clothing. It's beyond you just thinking, oh, these are fly clothes together. So you gotta ask me questions.
Right,
People
right.
always ask me, dang, where you get that from? So when people are wearing these things, I want people to get that same image, that same testimony. I got this from a young man named Prep Curry that changed his life. And that's why I wear the clothes, because I changed mine too. It's a ministry behind it, bro. It's not just, like I said, a lot of people want to be like, I'm the best. You're never the best. It's going to always be somebody coming behind you better. Somebody going to come behind me and take what I do and actually elevate it.
Right.
I know
that's how it's supposed to work.
That's how it happens. And that's fine. Because guess what? My ministry and my actual meaning of what I'm doing, that's going to actually go forever. You feel what I mean? That's when you know you're doing it for the essence and the true beauty of it, bro. It's about just the artistry and for you to just give the world something different.
Bro, I love that story, man. That's amazing. Like, every time I chop it up with you, like, we'll chop it up like every couple months or whatever. Yeah. And we always talk about what we on, what you got going on. Oh, that's dope, bro. Congrats. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I haven't even asked you that yet. You know what I'm saying? Because that was dope to listen to, man. I'm glad the viewers got the chance to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. On a much lighter note, man, I want to just ask you about your sewing space, man. Like, I see you got the what?
It's a new tech.
New tech? Okay,
Yeah,
like what you sew on, man? Like how long you been sewing on it?
I actually got this one about, man. So my last one broke down on me when the pandemic first started, dog.
What?
Yes, but see,
what?
I bought that bad boy for $100 though. So I got my money worth out of it.
How long you had it?
I got an industrial sewing machine when I first got out here for $100, man. I was like blessed for that. $100, bro. It was this young lady, man. She was straight out of I can't think of the name of the school, man, but it's out here. It's a fashion school.
I'm about to say Compton.
She had several machines that she wasn't even using. And this guy that went to school with her, he was telling her about me. He was like, man, my homie need a machine, and he got cash right now. And I was like, man, I got $300. She was like, I only want 100. I was like, shoot.
What?
Man, we went and got a U-Haul. I snatched that bad boy, put it into the little spot I was renting. I was renting out this little back house, like, really wasn't even a back house. It was a room attached to a garage. No air. I have no air, no heat, no shower. I ain't have nothing in there.
Wow. That's what's up.
I rocked it out. But anyway, that bad boy broke down on me, and I had to break down and get this, man. By the grace of God, I was able to get this bad boy this year.
It looks good, man. That's what's
man.
up.
Hey, this thing, it's quiet. It's so quiet, bro. Let me see.
Oh, we got a tour. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Let me take y'all around. Man.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah.
Let me take y'all. Let me bring the light with me too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me see it. That's what I'm talking about,
baby. We got electronics.
Nice. All right.
A new tech and a little mini serger that I use, man. That's pretty much it. I'm really bare minimum on it. You know what I mean?
Got you. So in that note, what type of what's your favorite type of fabrics to work with? You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I love to use. I don't want to give away all my secrets, but I really love to use. Honestly, I'm falling in love with denim. Like I've been falling in love with denim. Like this next collection that I'm doing, Love Through the Storm collection, is gonna be mostly like a whole lot of denim. But I really love cotton more so than anything because I love track jackets. I love bomber jackets. Because when I first got out here, I couldn't actually iron anything. I was living out of trash bags. So I couldn't doing nothing but, man, whatever, joggers, bombers, that's all I could just throw on at any given time because I could just, you know, flop that bad boy and throw it off.
Yeah, let the wind knock the wrinkles out.
Yeah, you just knock the wrinkles out a few times, just pop,
Yeah,
you know, and throw it on. But yeah, I really like that a lot more so than anything. But I'm missing my suiting, so I'm about to jump back into suiting, and I'm excited for it because I miss dressing up more than anything. No, hold on, we don't supposed to answer the question.
I saw that too. I just saw that comment too.
Man, that's my fiance trying to be sneaky.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Oh, congrats too, man.
Thank you,
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, man. So things have opened up and turned from ugly to beautiful. I will say that.
Yeah.
So it has been a crazy situation, but yeah, man, we've been following each other for a minute, so it's dope to actually finally get to this realm where we can actually encourage people and talk about this of what we're doing. Dope men that's sewing, so other dope men can actually take the courage and do it.
Absolutely, man. That was the vision behind it. I mean, because being exposed to everything that wifey is doing and seeing the community that she was able to build, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Like it's like a nice community. Everybody creative, like
that ain't no community. That's a world.
right, pretty much, yeah. And I just sit back and I'm like, man, like I wonder how many guys. So every once in a while I find out one of my close friends. So I'm like, bro, you don't post it, you don't tell me that. Like
dudes that sew clothing, dog, it's really mind-boggling. Cause honestly, I know several back home in Memphis that sew. Several.
Yeah.
Several. And it's really like, God dang, man, how many more are gonna come? But it's great though. I just honestly wish, and this is out of the pureness of my heart, I wish it couldn't be a competition.
Right.
It shouldn't be that. Like that is the most annoying thing for me. And this is not cocky, but I always say I'm not competing with nobody because I'm making my own style.
Right.
Why are you thinking I'm competing with you?
I mean, and for me, it's just a creative form. You know what I'm saying? And I just love to see other people create and see what they do with it. You know what I'm saying? If we make a pattern and I rock and I put it out there, I want to see what you're gonna do with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all love, man. Yeah, bro.
So, but that's when, like how I said earlier, it's like you want it to be recycled. You want to put it out in the world and you want somebody to grab it and just elevate it. But a lot of people don't want their stuff elevated. They want to be the elevator. And you can't follow and lead. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
a lot of
people
want to just actually lead. But who are you following?
Right.
You gotta follow somebody. So you gotta actually humble yourself at all times. And I really believe that's what 2020 really, man, has done, is slapped a lot of people on the butt and just said, man, humble yourself. You know?
Right.
And just really just sit back. Just like somebody said, support each other. It's beautiful. Like when I see you make something, bro, I'll be like, oh, my guy.
Exactly.
That's playing hard. Like I'm on that joint tight and fast. Like, you went ham. Like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's about the love of it, dog. Like I want to see people do it because for me, it's dope to see other men that come in the room and they fly. Because I don't want to feel weird.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm always feel weird if I'm in the room and I'm the only one fly.
Right, exactly.
And all of y'all gonna be looking at me all crazy because I used to have that problem all the time too, where men would always be saying something about what I had on. And for me, from Memphis, I'm like, you might not like it, but your girl like it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Yeah. Hey, so when you in your creative process, man, like what's your soul sounds, man? When I say soul sounds, like what are you listening to? Are you jamming music?
Funky. It gotta be some old. I listen to a lot of jazz. I listen to a lot of funky music. I'm like a human jukebox. I love music. I like all freaking forms of fashion, but I love something very, very mellow. Anything that's gonna make me just, I feel like you're at a little party or something.
Yeah.
Like old school party vibe. That's me.
Okay.
All day, I gotta have that. I don't like the silence. I gotta have some music.
Right.
That's it.
Got you, man.
Music and no talking. Like, I don't want you to really talk to me a lot when I'm trying to get in my.
I'm focused. I want to do this and like.
Yeah, man. I just want to be left alone. Give me some music and let me just chill, because I could really be in here all day and all night by myself and I'm good.
You could forget to eat. You could forget to eat too. You be forgetting to eat because you just be working. I do that all the time.
All the time, dude. All the time. Like, this is your time where you get with God. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kudos to y'all for defining stereotypes. Definitely need more. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. You got to break them stereotypes. But
I want to go ahead and save some room for some questions. So, have you seen any questions, baby, that you want to highlight? Or if anybody that got any questions, man, I'll open it up for questions. If you want to ask Prep Curry anything, you got some, baby?
Yeah. Did you ever dream you'd be a genius tailor? I think they meant tailor. T-A-I.
Someone asked, do you ever think you'll be a genius tailor?
A genius tailor? I'm not genius. I mean, I never thought I'd ever be doing anything like this. Like I said at the beginning, it started out me just wanting to make a necktie and a bow tie. And here I am last year in New York Fashion Week and doing other stuff that I never thought I would ever do in my life. So
that was your first time in New York Fashion Week?
That was my first time showcasing. I went 2 years prior, and they told me then, they was like, man, you can be in here, but they told me the price. And I was like, shoot, I ain't gonna do it. You know?
Right.
That was my first thing, was like, nah, that's too much money just to enter in. That ain't even about paying the models. That ain't about flying there. That ain't about none of that. So I was like, no. But this last year came around and God worked out a lot, and so many people poured into me, man. I posted it. Said I was going to do it. And like right when I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it, so many people was like, dog, what's your cash out? And money just started flying in. So I paid literally for everything. I paid for the flights, paid for the models. I paid to get all the fabric, paid to make the clothes. You know what I mean? Just did whatever I need to do. I sat down and finished everything I needed to make before the fashion show, and it was beautiful. Like, truly beautiful. And it was a mind-blowing experience. And you'd even see it on my Facebook, because I am transparent. I posted it on my Facebook with me actually breaking down crying. Right. Because it was a beautiful moment for me, man, because I never thought I was going to get to that point. You know what I mean? To see Dapper Dan and to Sierra come off Sierra grabbed me off the stage.
Right.
I know I don't name drop, and I said I wouldn't do that, but for that to happen, that was kind of big for me, because before going, I'm sitting there like, man, this is a lot of money that
people
like, don't get out of this.
Yeah.
No, I was really discouraged. Like, I'm not finna get all this like back from this. Like, this is a lot of people money, a lot of people donated, and we are sacrificing a lot here. What's gonna happen out of this? But it was so beautiful to walk off that stage, man. I'm talking about the whole room standing ovation, clapping, screaming, and tears was like coming to my eyes. Like, I couldn't hold it in. My heart was beating like, hold on, they clapping for me. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting here like, I'm just a dude really from the street that had to change his life. You know what I'm saying? Right. That didn't really have. I didn't have an answer. I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't have a plan.
Right.
Everything just happened. All I had and have is prayer.
That's a fact, bro.
That's truly all I have.
You have another question, baby?
Yeah, someone said they missed the beginning. How long have you been sewing?
Oh, it's been 10 years.
10 years. Yeah, he said 10 years.
10 years as of the 8th of September.
Somebody asked what the top draping or drafting or sewing books, if you guys have any.
Yeah, your top 5 draping sewing books. I got one right here.
Honestly, I don't have a top 5 sewing book.
Yo, this right here, this book right here, my baby got it for me because I was just like obsessing about just me and tailoring, because I know how much a real tailor, crafted for years, decades to get to where they are, to make their suits look, prestige. So when I just didn't want to make a suit. I want to know what was the build all up under it. Like, how did you make it look like that? have a nice chest. I mean, I want it to look like it came from Brooks Brothers somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when she gave me this look, and
like to know the whole in and out to make it look completely different, as well as not a machine made, right?
Right. Absolutely. I'm just gonna hold it up so everybody can see it.
Classic tape. Man, you're gonna have to send me a picture of that one.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, it's great. It's because menswear. I mean, sewing is. I mean, it's the same, but there are like different things that a woman would do versus what a man would do. But with tailoring, I mean, it's all the same.
Clothing is way harder than sewing women's clothing. Let me be honest. I actually didn't start making men clothing until actually now, pretty much being here. Before I got here, I really didn't make too much of men clothing. I was making a lot of dresses. Dresses are a whole lot easier to me. Like, they're so easy to make. I'm just being honest. No disrespect to a woman on dresses, but they're so easy. It's like, man, you're not doing anything but just making sure that her silhouette is looking just on point. That's it.
Got you. I don't know about. I don't want to be. Hold on, baby.
Wait, no. Mimi, I'm sorry.
I'm about to cancel you.
I'm sorry.
I'm about to cancel you.
I'm sorry. I'm just talking about when it comes down to dresses.
I might have to show my face for this one right here. I'm out.
And I think this is another one. I haven't used this one that much.
Yeah.
This was the first one she gave me. But when she got
send me a picture of all these, man. I'm gonna go on Amazon.
Yeah, I'll do that. Also for the people that haven't been here the whole time, this is gonna be up on my IG. Prep is gonna have a copy of it. It's gonna be on my YouTube and all that good stuff. So you'll definitely be able to see the whole interview.
Run it back and play it over again.
Exactly. You can pause it, go get some chips out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Or the you know what I'm saying?
Everybody is laughing. Hey man, y'all don't get on her side. I'm sorry, Mimi. I'm sorry. I was joking.
I did see one question. Someone asked, what was your definition? What is your definition of success for you?
Man, my definition of success is very simple. To be able to have your payments on auto pay. That's it.
Boom, that's it. And not have to.
You ain't got to think about.
That's it.
Man, I got to pay this. I got to pay that. Man, if you got it on auto pay, you're successful. How many people got their bills on auto pay?
Not too many, huh?
Especially not right now.
Right, exactly. Especially during the pandemic. That's what's fact.
Man. So I mean, to be in the point of just being peaceful, that is success. A lot of people think I gotta have $1 million, I gotta be this, I gotta be that. That's not success, because if you're thinking about only that, you can't maintain it forever. Got you.
I'm just holding this up. Somebody asked me to hold it up again.
Oh,
so I'm just gonna hold that for a minute.
They saying a lot. Jeez. How y'all?
Yeah, they going ham.
You gotta read like Johnny 5.
Oh, we got like what, 10 minutes left. So before we wrap up, man, I wanted to I just wanted you to tell some guy out there that don't know anything about fashion or sewing or whatever it is, what would you tell a young man, an older man, or whatever it is, or a female that want to get into menswear? You know what I'm saying? Any maker that want to get into DIY fashion or menswear or whatever, like what advice would you give them, coming from your perspective?
Honestly, I sit there and tell them to accept failure, man. A lot of people are so afraid to accept failure, and they're so afraid to just step out their own boundaries and, go for something. And I would tell everybody, man, to get out here and just fail and be happy to fail, be ready to fail, because once you do fail, you have the actual courage at that point to actually step out. Like, say, for instance, you make something for somebody and it doesn't fit them well. You need that, because when you get to that point, you know how to take constructive criticism. You know how to get to the point where you have the confidence to say, all right, I'm going to step in, I'm going to do this fashion show, and I don't care what anybody says about me. So you have to learn how to just fail, man. I would tell everybody to sit there and just just try whatever that you can't do. Don't do anything that you can do, because what's the point of still just doing it every day? I mean, that's insanity. They say insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over. So if you're doing something that you already know how to do, how are you actually growing? You're just actually taking yourself back constantly. So what?
He checking them colors right now.
The hot money. What? What? But yeah, man, it's just more so just like realizing that you just gotta be willing to take yourself away from the norm. Don't follow what everybody else is doing. Like, that's what I definitely would tell everybody. Like, if you're following what everybody else is doing, then you're never gonna be a successful designer. You're never gonna be a successful just person that's dealing with art, because you're just following the next person. You need to actually step out and make your own splash in the world.
Gotcha.
Like, man, so many colors, right? It's so many colors that we all can create. If we all use ourselves as a crayon, you got to show the difference of your color than the next. So never follow someone else's color.
That's what's up, man. And let me try to iron out. Let me try to explain what maybe he was trying to say, baby.
Nah, bro.
No, listen.
Oh, let me tell you.
I got it.
So listen. So listen.
She's really mad.
In his perspective, women, it was easier for him. I think you probably don't generalize it. For you,
if you make a men's t-shirt and I make a women's t-shirt, it's the same amount of labor. If you make a tailored blazer and I make a tailored blazer, it's the same amount of labor.
Oh no, right? Baby, I know. I'm saying,
all right. So let me
what his experience was. When his experience was, it was easy for him. Don't generalize. Just say from what you.
Yeah, from what
your experience.
From what my experience.
Yes, your experience.
My experience for the things that I have made dealing with.
Got you.
So let me correct myself.
Yes, okay. That's all I want to do, because it's a lot of women on here. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Women, I'm sorry. Women, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry.
We only got a few minutes left, man. Bruh, appreciate this, man. I appreciate it. It was everything I thought it was gonna be, man. I was excited to have you on, man. Much success to all the stuff. I mean, I'm not sure how much you want to share, like what you got going on. But if you want to share anything you got going on, man, do so. If not, I know what you got going on, and salute to you, bro.
Just everybody go over to www.prepcurry.com. Get y'all some of that new merch, the Teddy Prep. You know what I'm saying? All cut, sewn, printed. I mean, I got a lot of stuff I do have on the way, a lot, and I can't share some of it. But it's gonna be very, very crazy come spring of next year. Spring next year is gonna be crazy. You already know, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, your fiance is mad talented.
We gotta paint y'all.
Oh yeah, I told you, baby.
We gotta paint y'all something.
Crazy.
She's sick. She's
crazy.
sick with it
right now. Sherry, speak up. She on here.
Give them her IG so they can check out her work.
I'm gonna type it up.
Yeah, let me type it.
Yeah. Before everybody go, I just wanted to say that I finally have the Dope Men Soul Facebook group. All right. So if you go to my stories, you can swipe up and go on there and join the group. All right. So Dope Men Soul officially has a Facebook group. So we have a community that I'm curating. And if you're a maker, no matter what your gender is, if you sew menswear, if you share patterns, it's a place for you to go, be inspired, share resources. Like I had those books. Those books will be posted in the men's Facebook group. Any of the if you just want to go, like I said, just for resources or any inspiration, anything you need, or if you just want to share whatever you're making or working on, you can go to that Dope Men Soul Facebook group. You can post it, and it's just something that we have, you know what I'm saying, for us. So I just want to get it out there before everybody bounce. You can type it in Dope Men Soul, and it's a private group now because I don't just want any crazy stuff in there. So yeah, so I'm filtering through it. But if you only have to know how to sew, yeah, you can go there just for inspiration, and one day you might be able to sew. So it's there if you want that.
Oh yeah. Make sure y'all follow my fiance, Joan Sherry.
I typed it up.
It's my queen. All right, make sure y'all
Boom.
follow her. She do all hand paintings, oil painting, whatever you need. As well as myself, I make whatever you want, all clothing, cut and sewn. I'm a trainer. If you want to get fit, I'll let your boy at www.prepcurry.com. Follow me.
Boom.
Dope Man So. Need some advice real quick? What you need? We ran out of time.
Yeah, I just wanted to wrap up and appreciate everybody, all 40 some of everybody that was on here all at once. Appreciate you watching Dope Men Soul. Be inspired, and appreciate my guest Prep Curry this week. And
they need you to come in.
I know, right? And I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I appreciate it, bro.
See, I'm trying to help you out. All right, bro.
All right, man. Be easy.